Hello everyone. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, English is not my native language, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. I'm very happy that it seems that everyone's eyes are on it little by little. As the world situation becomes unstable, I feel frustrated that information about the economic superpowers is not properly disseminated overseas. Not all of my information is correct, but I'm happy to hear that there is such information. I will explain the incident that occurred in the sale of condominiums in China. When you move a very large amount of money, you are worried whether the other party will keep your promise properly. In real estate transactions, in particular, the amount of money is large and the trust of the counterparty is necessary. Why do you need credit? It may be that you bought an apartment but it was not handed over, or you received a handover but the room is different from the description, or the quality is too bad. It's hard to get the money back because I just paid the money and the delivery was completed. When you do a real estate transaction in China, you deposit your money in a third-party bank. We do not pay real estate developers directly. After receiving the delivery and confirming that there are no problems, the seller can receive the money from the bank. Buyers and sellers can rest easy if the deposit is in a bank. There is a business model in which transactions are conducted using the same mechanism. It's a trade. Trade is a much riskier transaction than real estate. Since we purchase items from foreign companies that we do not know, there is a risk that we will not receive the items after paying. Therefore, we have a third party keep the money, and when the package arrives, it is handed over to the other party. In China, real estate transactions go through a third party called an escrow so that both buyers and sellers can make transactions with peace of mind. There are some transactions that do not use escrow, but in principle we use it. So what's the problem? Evergrande Group used to be the leading property developer in China, but there is an equally huge group called Blue Garden. In terms of sales alone, it is the largest in China. It was reported that there was a problem with this company. It seems that he cancelled the apartment, but the payment was in escrow and they could not withdraw the money. As I mentioned earlier, it is as big as Evergrande Group. The giant company had some kind of scandal and was unable to receive payment. This announcement was made not by an individual, but by the government, which officially announced the suspension of escrow, so there is a serious incident. The day after the announcement, the background of the incident becomes clear. First of all, the escrow freeze was a fact. It seems that the buyer complained to the Chinese authorities that there was a problem with the quality of the apartment as to why it was frozen. As explained at the beginning of this video, escrow is a system to protect the buyer, so it can be said that escrow worked correctly. Information was also circulated on the internet as to which property specifically received complaints. Fuzhou in Fujian Province. Roughly speaking, it is the opposite side of Taiwan. There was a huge project in that Fuzhou. The handover of the apartment started about a year ago. It seems that the buyer of the condominium has been pointed out one after another. One video points out a crack in the underground parking lot. This crack is said to be caused by ground subsidence. The area of this project is close to the river and the sea, so it is not surprising that land subsidence occurs. However, this apartment seems to be particularly terrible. The whole building is leaning rather than cracking. Cracks or ruptures can also be seen at the joints of the pillars. As a result, they are being evicted because they cannot live there. If there is a problem with the building so far, we will naturally stop paying the price. Rather, escrow loses its meaning if payment is not stopped in this state. The top companies in the industry can say that their products represent the country, but this is China. We create products that are ridiculous to anyone. Since housing is related to people's lives, it is a pity that the quality of such products is at this level. Even if you ask people to trust Chinese products, you cannot trust them. Real estate is at the core of the CCP's collection system. In this collection system, Chinese real estate developers borrow money from banks, pay the borrowed money to local governments, and rent land. Develop on the leased land. As a local government, we get a lot of money when we rent the land, so the completed building is irrelevant. This is why so many unnecessary apartments are being built in China. There is no spirit to prepare a safe living environment for the people. If the government is not working properly, the safety and security of the people cannot be guaranteed, and people's lives will become lighter. That's all for now. See you next time.